Hi, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series of public speaking workshops. Why you would love to be a keynote speaker. You would love to be in front of the room telling your story at a conference or some type of reunion where you're looking at people and they're looking back and you're counting the dollars. Well, that theory is on hold because everybody's trying to find space in this box. Or maybe you're a new supervisor, manager, or a new teacher in front of the room. We offer public speaking content, ideas, and videos just to help you out. Because if you do not have the money to attend a 2 4 year institution, whether it deals with public speaking or the overall umbrella of communications for a career change, that's why we do the free. So let's get to it so we can get started. How do you, as a speaker, hold a crowd? That's the question. How do you think the audience that shows up, whether you're an entertainer, whether you're a comedian, whether you have some good knowledge as a professor, how do we hold a crowd? We have to be confident speaking in confidence terms. If you're comfortable, so will be the audience, and vice versa. You want to project what happy, high status. In other words, know your audience, how your audience is expecting you to deliver this content. If it starts on a high note, we guarantee 5 minutes in, they should be loving you to death. But there's certain things that needs to be done. You need to be authentic. In other words, do you know your subject matter? Or are you just trying to wing it in that particular space? Knowing the audience, knowing that you're there, how do you continue to persuade them, to guide them, to give them that explosion point or that key takeaway piece that maybe they'll go back at work or home and implement some of that to see the success that you were trying to tell them in that overall story? Always be brief. Remember, if they said that you're speaking for 45 minutes, I would speak for 42. If they say that you have 30 minutes, I would be finished in 25. Remember, let's make sure that as a guest, you give me the opportunity to speak to your team, your family member, your colleagues. Keep it short. That is going a long way. Telling jokes, I would leave those alone, but I would be smart with the use of technology. Use any type of lecturing to hold your notes, but as a way of spoofing, halving, have your audience always on the edge of their seat because you know how to control an AV, whether it's a PowerPoint, whether it's some type of interactive movie that you put together. Here's where the entertainment part of the audience looking at you is always going to be. Always make sure if you're talking around adults, be sober. There's always a time to drink later. But what we're trying to get you to understand is that your speech should be so flawless to the audience because you've done your research, you know what it's about, you've already been in the room, you've seen it, I know what I'm going to do. So, in a sense, presentation versus sounding like something that's just impromptu. If you can ever get to that point, no matter what the subject matter is, and I'm not really stuck on the notes, the bullet points, I don't use any prop pointers on my display for PowerPoint, but can how you deliver this presentation, give this content, can you give it in a way that's an impromptu process? When you do it impromptu, people say, wow, that was right off the cuff. Now, it takes a lot of practice. They don't know that. But that's when you know that you can really be a decent public speaker. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President Champion Strategies, giving you some insights on our public speaking class and as always imparting